Hey Capricorn. Okay, so if you're watching this, it's because the sun, moon, or rising was in Capricorn at the time of your birth. And you're here to get a cosmic weather report for the sign of Capricorn. Did I just say Capricorn? We're doing the Capricorn video. I don't know what I said. It's been like a really long 7 years in 2020 and I am exhausted. And I'm a Capricorn rising, so I will try to keep it together for you and not let my Aries and Aquarius tendencies show too much in this video. The chances are they're going to come out because when I'm tired is when the facade really drops, you know? It is my intention to show up with you as my true self though, so that facade really isn't that helpful here, except I am meant to be advising you. Alas, here we are. October 5th, it's Monday. Monday is Moon Day. May not be your favorite day. You may find Mondays pretty frustrating. You may prefer a Saturday, for instance, but we're not there right now. We're at Monday. It's the beginning of the week. Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn all finally in direct motion in your own sign after they have turned things upside down for months. These planets are moving back over territory that they traversed months ago. And I'm reading from my blog. So I do have these horoscopes up on lightgoddessalchemy.com, Light Goddess Alchemy. You can find them on the From My Muse to You page. My children are outside. And that's the blog page where you can find your own horoscope as well as an introduction sort of collective reading for this week as well. So, okay. Planets, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn, I'm reading from this blog post. They are moving back over territory where they've already been this year. So you may be having moments of deja vu, here we go again, Groundhog Day. You may be finding that disorienting. Also to have like the reverse motion happening where you were just like getting used to that feeling sick while traveling backward thing, and then for it to be reversed. So now you're moving forward can actually be disorienting in and of itself. But this is a good thing. This is ultimately a good thing, and we have an opportunity to do better with what takes place. So that area where we've been before that we're traveling through again now, what did we learn about this? If like a similar problem is occurring that was taking place back in the springtime, what have you learned since then and how can you do better with it now, right? You may have been having the feeling lately of being like frankly disgusted. Disgusted with the lack of progress, disgusted with people or groups that you have been working with, the lack of progress that we've made this year. You are possibly still feeling this way today, especially with regard to career goals or goals that you had in place for others. Excuse me. Is it the children? Like, do you have kids? I'm not sure who it is, but it feels like you had some goals in place. So it feels like you actually didn't have control over whether the goals would be met. And that's either because they weren't your goals, you were assigning goals, or things took place that you had no control over. So natural disasters, for instance, pandemics, these are the things that can get in your way or in the way of the people around you. So I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but cutting people some slack here is the advice. Is that obvious? And then here's this thing, which I know you love hearing this. Continue to check in with yourself daily, maybe even multiple times a day, to ensure that you are aligning with the systems that share your values. So if you are aligning with systems and perhaps even being sort of like a rule advocate in some capacity, making sure that you are actually aligned with these systems that you're representing and these rules. It could be that you're actually with a group that is still in alignment with you, but some of the rules, procedures, and regulations are outdated. This may be particularly relevant regarding experiences like within school systems where, and like PTA, volunteer opportunities, things like this. There's some responsibilities in that realm. It could also just be the schoolwork, or it could also be your work that's been affected by having to show up for your kids and help your kids to tune in so that they could do their education online. Regardless, we need you right now. So let's assume you're in alignment with the systems that you are aligning with the systems that share your values, that you remain in alignment with yourself when you participate within these systems or groups. Then bring your expertise and help the folks who are sharing these values as well. Help them to understand how to get things done within the big machine. You have a gift for moving through the world with an understanding of the status quo and what works most effectively and efficiently to move us through the systems in place. Harping on rules that we have outgrown or are outgrowing is a waste of your time. If this is coming up for you, stop it immediately. This is why I implore you to check in. If you need help seeing the forest through the trees because you drank the Kool-Aid patriarchy conditioner, find yourself someone who carries rebellious and revolutionary Aquarius energy. Okay, so while you were on your life journey to understand how the machine works, how the patriarchy works, how capitalism works, how academia works, whatever your thing is, how the coffee industry works, whatever it is that you learned, understanding that in some ways it's unhealthy and we've outgrown it. So you keep your expertise in how to make it through, but begin to apply some rebellious attitude, which actually I feel like you don't have to have an Aquarius moon to be a rebellious Capricorn. You folks have this in you. Have all of this knowledge that you can say, we can't skip that. So we're going to fill out this form, okay? Or don't make a move until this form is filled out and submitted. Whatever the thing is, you're going to know what can't be skipped, but it's only really going to work out if you're doing the questioning, okay? Because we really do need to be shifting and making changes. Ask your own rebel what it needs to evolve right now. Listen and respond. Sagittarius or Libra energy might be difficult to interact with, but if you're aligned with your values and these folks have been doing their personal work too, good things will come of these interactions and projects. And Aries might disappoint you. It may be hard to see, but they genuinely need TLC or help right now. How they have messed up and disappointed you is unintentional and a result of the Mars retrograde slowing down their typical access to tremendous energy stores. So it may be reading to you like, this doesn't make sense, this is not how this person is. So it may seem deliberate or like they're not showing up on purpose, but that's not what's taking place. This weekend, prepare to surrender to self-care, intuition, emotions, or water, as the moon will be opposing the trio of planets in your sign right now, and you may as well just slow down and take care of yourself, okay? Love you so much. Bye-bye.